Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Monday, which means it's time to continue our little Ace Attorney Chronicles journey. And last time, well, we're still in the first case, so that's going to be a thing. We have been freed from murder, and we have to prove ourselves innocent. And when we're doing that, and we have somewhat clear name, there was a thing of a third person. Oh, sorry, a fourth. There was two witnesses, ourselves, and the victim. With a fourth witness as now been brought to the stand and is now suspected of murder by poisoning the victim. So we have to figure that out. I think that's our autosave. Yeah, that was our autosave. So let's get back into the trial and see where we go. We had just submitted the report. That's what we were doing. Alright. And so this report is too expensive to be considered in the entirety by the court. And access to the counsel. The section that reveals the alleged answer in the riddle. Practical applications? Yes! No. Whoops. Oh. Measures reapply. Oh, special characteristics. It was obvious. I was an idiot. Okay. You're poison. I'm encouraged by something. Well, if it's saying. Yes. And the cat's the prey to eat. Use this arrow. There's not really trace of poison left in the prey. In the hunter. Oh. My conundrum. In the research papers here, under special characteristics, it says poison starts to work after entering the body through a wound. Details seem a little strange to me though. This has been interpreted what's written like this. The career enters the body through an open wound. It has a terrifying poison effect. However, when it enters the body via the mouth, it has no poison effects whatsoever. You've already used special characteristics, and you knew that you can make a spectacle drinking the water without endangering yourself. This one! Okay. Ability has. Okay. I'm gonna save. I'm gonna be one chance, but worth it anyway. I think we mess up. We can start back anyway. Before so. Okay. Oh, this one's back. This is a fatal flaw. You remind you to secure safety and jest. Seems likely that the facts are. To complete harmless and drunk. Oh! No, there's still a way. Okay. There is still a way. Magic hose, it's like poison. This is completely irrelevant. I believe they're overlooking something. Beside me. Never felt this before. It's sort of a conviction to break down all discrepancies. It's so intense. Almost rage-like. Anything else? Amuletic desire. Take them out.
Objection!
Yay! Okay. Oh, that mouse is far. Exactly why. Do need to remind you.
Take that!
Medical reports. Right, one night she drank the water as a professor. I have her. There's a fundamental and fatal difference between the two diners. Oh, we figure. Nah, it's all coming. Toxin effects cure is only felt when a poison enters the body through an open wound. So, for a heavy person with no injuries, drinking is completely harmless. But what if there was a wound inside the mouth of the person drinking the poisoned water? Yes, like a wound you might have if you just been to the dentist and had a tooth extracted, for example. You're well aware of Dr. Wilson's dental appointment that day. Oh. This is going to heal thing. She just junked that bottle of water. The glass! Some check. Wow, she played that smart. Like, she's very much closely. Okay. Oh, that was. Oh. He bounced back very quickly. Okay.
Objection!
Uh, he's very strong. Shut the professor. Oh. This was killed by a gunshot in the chest. Okay. Got her. Not. Okay. That's why I sense is true. So if there's any clues for no. Okay, he's moving forward your power of up. Let's see if you can depend on. Okay. Oh. Let's see if there is a clue. Yeah, there's a bit of blood there. Okay. Alright. I feel some missing right there. Okay.
Take that!
You got it! Okay. Poor guy. As you said a number of times now, you strive for perfection in your investigation, don't you? Absolutely. I wonder, therefore, if perhaps you took anything else from the scene of the crime? Like, for instance, a plate of steak you took.
Objection! Shut up!
Oh, okay. just that memory has been troubling me. Oh. Oh. Okay. Here you go, look at the photograph. The relative and everything else. The play stick. It's almost directly behind the victim. As opposed to shoot doctors in the chest in the front. There's no way the blood victim could be end up directly behind him. Mid on the plate. Hits the plate. Sure. Sure must have been standing opposite the professor, as you were. Wait, you're okay. That one. Like, okay. Okay, nonsense. Please don't be accused of the parent. He's just remember seeing. This could be the move by attack you're hearing the police force leading to. I took the plate, and as it's preserving evidence from the scene of the crime, I took it, meat and all, and accordingly the crime. Because of it, he took the steak. That's smart. Okay. Doctor! Pushes the examine. There's the steak! What? The blood man! Alright. Ah. So close. Wait! The position of the plate! Of the steak! And that spawn insulted me! Alright. So, alright. There's one other axeman way. Okay. Ah. Alright. Wait. Found new evidence. Okay. I think I found something interesting. Okay. Oh. Looking for it, no matter what. Okay. There's another clue.
Objection!
Okay. I found something. That's before we. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Got it!
Good. It was under the stick. Let's just see this and see what happens. Oh wow. Missing. All right. That's what it was. Ah, it was the order of things. Damn it. Okay.
Got it!
It was the order. So I was right, just didn't do anything prior. Open. Okay. Is there an old code thing? That swan assaulted me again.
Objection!
Okay.
Objection!
Okay. This happened by accident. We're hoping that just so happened to be that piece of stick. That turns out to be relevant to the case. Okay. Underneath the piece of stick. Turns out to be relevant to the kiss.
Objection! Shut up!
Okay. Huh. I see them. Dude. Obvious.
Take that!
Okay. Cucumber something. Yep. Remember he was up to some. The second one of the guns fired. The gunshot interfered. Interests me not. I was far too busy on the floor. Or hunting for treasure.
Objection! Yes!
Maybe it's not. Maybe it was the old man's stick. Alright. So this is... Okay, this is definitely more than what I thought. Okay, I was trying a strong hunch. Just in the real significance of the kobold. Well, fine. It is the key element of this case. Looks like it's all... The gang's all here. Or maybe out though. Okay. Right, thanks for help, appreciate it. Look. This is... Here's the Pascal Wolves. But the bad place we're like miserable though. I was forced to bear for false witness. Okay. No more I say, the sun is set on this wreck. Today's shop owner system. Oh, something's going to like this requires your clarification. As for your rent, name memory serves, have you ever seen this moment? Oh, the knife on the foot! It's been it's better sort of treasure that. And lightness to keep the full. Put me in misery. Where was my treasure? Where was it dropped? I'm not sure it was dropped anywhere. And your coin sandwiched between a beef stick and its plate, soaked in seasonal beet juice. Yep. Clearly, it couldn't have been fallen there by accident. Which means somebody must have hidden it there on purpose. Between a slab of meat and a meat plate, metal plate. First the knife, now the bottle? Excuse me. Can I have to say something? Please do. Or who's it got? I got. I mentioned this earlier on the trial, but I was working undercover in the restaurant in order to investigate another case. Ah yes, that's right. The secret undercover operation. La Chef Tinefel is a high-class Western cuisine restaurant. It attracts wealthy diners, including many foreigners. Recently, there has been a run of severely executed thefts targeting the restaurant's vicinity. A number of such incidents have been reported to the police bureau. Your crimes. We wanted to nip the case in the bud quickly, especially with so many foreigners being affected. That's why you were sent over. Yep. Yes. I took on the job of the waiter at a restaurant in order to flush out the criminal. It seems likely this cobalt incident is the work of the same thief. Unless there was a master thief in the restaurant on regular basis. The place was already the scene of several crimes, it seems. We just got caught up in another. We just got caught up. I don't know about the master thief part, but the identity of this person who stole and hit Kurkara-san's coupon is all too clear. What? Saving. Okay. Oh. I'm gonna take a shot. Yes, seems like a kind of for the cobalt. Okay. Oh. That's it. Okay. I jumped the gun on one of them. So. Okay. That's really shit. Did you use me if look at that? Don't pin the blame on the baby! Glad we're all in agreement on that one. Glad we found that one here. Oh my god! Is this back okay? Seems to be. You know. Oh. Money. Every day as I go there and do some contents for a target. And I enjoy chopping away for a good stick at the same time. It sounds like he doesn't bother with a knife and fork, even, which is worryingly believable. Alright, slip the coin to me. Because you trouble up. Okay. So let's delete sequence halfway through the firing. I'm gonna hop in. Oh. Oops. And the professor was shut. I need a place to clear such a fight. For a new pocket, I'd be finished. Level 2. So heading permanent evidence as fast as I could. On the double. I slipped it under the stick. Hoping I'll be able to rendezvous with again at a later date. So we solved a thieving case while also trying to figure out while also doing a murder case. That is things right in a nutshell. Actually, that proves something else. Actually, that proves something else, if you think about it. That proved that the stick that was taken away was the sergeant's stick, not her stick. It proves something. It actually flips the script. Okay. Oof. Uh. Oh, I get it. Oh, no. It's just something about Mystery's party weren't. What did she say? Oh. Okay. Why is our prosecutor on the floor, on the table? Okay. Oh.
Objection!
What new student nonsense is this? I didn't cut it on the love of meat. It's your nonsense such an idea astounds me. Okay, I've also gone a few directions off. And for picking up your, as for picking up your stick and biting it without using a knife or fork, it's beyond nonsense. It's pure madness. Right. There was no undeniable contradiction. Where's that photo? Not that. Oh, the stick itself!
Take that!
That's right! I was gonna pick up a photo, then I looked at the stick and it looked like it was actually that case. The stick was on the victim's table just before the professor was killed. That's true. Doesn't something seem to you as unnatural? What do you mean? Actually, I want to double check the pictures. We have a clear picture. Ah. Yes. Okay. As you noticed too, Miss Brett. This was a council. A few minutes ago, this girl claimed no Englishman could ever compliment picking up a stick and biting into it without using a knife or fork. You ever find Englishwoman herself? You could look at the stick. In particular, the edge is worse when eating. Can you see? There's clearly defined barbaric teeth marks there. Morris has realized something. That stick is not her stick! The witness as you claims who wouldn't compelled to eat something without using a knife or fork. There's streaming teeth marks on the stick at all!
Objection!
But what's your actual point? Perhaps I was trying to. I didn't get to finish that. Oh, couldn't help her. Okay. Okay. As I said, I must be leaving it. After tea with the minister, justice cannot possibly wait any longer. Yes. I think that time as well insulted the prosecution this time. Oh, they insulted him. Okay, clearly witness knows what this means. There's a catastrophic these ceasefires mistake for her. Yes, at last, it all comes together. This mysterious teeth marks in the stick about to have usually been medic Hitler. The reason why the bloodstain I knew I saw somehow didn't have seem to have disappeared. And most importantly, the evidence that proves once and for all who shot Miss Dr. Wilson that day. Except these teeth marks in the stick can be a little unnatural, as you put it, console. But what exactly are you suggesting that tells us? Everything, Your Excellency. Everything? Yes, I believe these barbaric teeth marks in the stick here meant to conclusive evidence in this case! Evidence that will prove beyond any doubt who shot Miss Dr. Wilson!
Shut up!
As much as that swan has been insulting people. It was quite simple. He really has such conclusive evidence, you would have presented in court long ago. Actually, the evidence I'm talking about hasn't been brought before. Hasn't been brought before the court yet. Hasn't? What? It's because it hasn't. Just because it hasn't shown up, doesn't mean the evidence doesn't exist.
Objection!
So, sir, the trial's run several hours already, and is there evidence yet to be brought forward? There can't be. I don't believe you have it.
Objection!
I don't, but there's someone who does have it. Someone in this fire courtroom. And if that person's willing to submit the piece of evidence I'm referring to. Also, every remaining mystery to the case. Alright.
Take that!
Yes, sir, I saw it. It's Inspector Holznicott. I haven't? Yes. Who's bad? Well, I'm saying that. Everyone's attention has been focused on this stick with the teeth marks. Yes. Now, earlier this afternoon, Sergeant Noah told the court the following. I enjoy chopping my way for a good stick. As well as many seeing complying, he told us that he slipped it under the stick. Getting somewhere here. Could you please confirm something for me? What stick you put coin under? In fact, your own stake. And shot! Affirmative, of course. I might be a soldier in the Imperial Nippon Army, but still. I'm not brave enough to ask a foreign gentle lady if she minds me manhandling her meal to hide something in it. In other words, this stick the detective submitted as evidence earlier. Most in fact, Sergeant knows a stick.
Objection!
Meal slash stick. And so sad. The plate was taken from the victim's table.
Objection!
Yet the gentlewoman doesn't take bites out of her stick. Nor does she have any opportunity to steal the coin. Steal the front of the entire British Empire. It's paradox. Exactly. Surely you're not going to suggest. The sergeant switched the two sticks over. No. Think about that one. You did switch the plates. Up and having the my soul's have been murdered in front of me. My eyes, I panicked. I said immediately to my stick and hit the coin under it. But then when the other night she was on the replacement, I thought I had it. He decided to investigate my slab of meat. There be it. I'll begin the marching over. Oh, he did switch the sticks. With high precision and timing, I switched the sticks with... Oh. It was called Operation Lightning Bolt. There was no time for strategic planning. Here died, Howie, and yes, I did what had to be done. I thought it was the other way around. I thought we had lifted the wrong stick. Never pass yourself. Nah. I spur on the brass buttons of my uniform. That's all I did, sir. All you did? That's plenty, Sergeant!
Yes!
So if Sergeant Noah switched the plates over, it means he took Miss Brett's stick and the plate it had... Oh, and the plate it was on back to his own table. The staff house. Inspector Honsaga. Yes. Earlier in the trial, you told the courtroom that you said that you not only taken Miss Brett's stick after Jason, but also the sergeant's. That is to preserve evidence. You have taken both. That must have gone to rip. That's correct. Then please present it to the court now. The plate that was actually on the victim's table and the precise moment he was shot.
Shut up!
What can I possibly tell us now? Everything! And a cool slap. Top me. I can't have my slime burn the skids. No. You're not working right at this time, lady. Sure, you've not forgotten. Sure, you remember the reason why this stick palm promised the producer's problem? No. You're the one who said it was a problem, not me. The reason the defendant asked to see the plate was to confirm something the defense remembers seeing. Thinks he remembers. I'm quite sure of what I saw, Miss Brett. On the side of the plate that was on the table directly behind Dr. Wilson, there was a clear smell of blood from a gunshot to the wounds. Infected ship. I think its memory serves him well. And now we have evidence to prove it. The plate you were eating from, Miss Brett. It's not a problem. Inspector, will you show evidence to court? Present the stick in the plate that was originally from the victim's table at the time of the incident. Yes, sir. Another stick! How big you? There it is! Here's stick, the other stick on its plate. Please feel free to examine it. Oh look, there's blood on the cleanly cut stick. Listen, clear your festival. Look.
Yes!
Now this makes everything clear. The blood you see on the side of the plate shows the very moment the victim was shot. He was facing the table with his back to me. In other words, it's impossible for Naruto to have shot the victim. In fact, there's only one person who could have shot Dr. Wilson in the front. I'm sure everyone knows who that person is. That's right, Miss Jessamine Murat. It's you! We're gonna have a breakdown! My Japanese scoop boy? No! No! I'm Spawn! Calm yourself! tiny swans. Holy crap, she's flying with the swan. Where are we gonna do all these tiny swans? Oh, she's back on the floor again. He's my little outburst. I believe you flew with a swan. That's new. Human for English gentleman. Forgive me. Well, Miss Brett, I think it's time you told the code what actually happened today. The truth this time. Oh, yes. If I took the process used career. And summarize, I choose that particular day for one very important reason. The professor had a dental appointment for extraction of one of his teeth in the morning. She planned to kill the professor, knowing that no trace of poison would be found in his water. Because cure is unheard of here in Japan. Yes. Of course, I never intended to remain at the restaurant for as long as I did. I only needed to see the professor take one tiny sip of his water, and it'd be all over. I placed a stick I had ordered in front of him to make it look like so he'd been dining alone, and leave immediately. However, before any of that actually happened, there was an unexpected visitor at the professor's table. That would be me, I suppose. Yep. You. Who else? Such a trifling matter, but the fact that you decided to come over and greet the professor meant that I lost my chance to slip away unnoticed. And in due course, the professor took a sip of his water and was paralyzed. I made sure he was sitting in his chair such that he wouldn't fall. There was no going back at that point. So I concocted a plan on the spur of the moment. I planned to pin Dr. Wilson's murder on this innocent man. I happen to know that the professor always carries a gun. I decided to use that fact to my advantage. I had a bottle of career in my handbag, and my own pistol concealed under my skirt. Well, that explains the guns. That's right, there were 2 guns. Yes. And then I finished my coffee and got up to leave. That's when I noticed the professor's gun, which he presumed he placed on the floor. In a place where I was sure to notice it. And everything went according to plan. Used his gun as I intended. And then, just as you went in to pick it up, she shot the gun! That's when you shot the professor with your own gun. Even though at that point, he was already dead. Naturally. The gunshot caused commotion, at which points the waiter appeared. Obviously, I assumed Notterhosen was the culprit and apprehended him. I took him to the pantry and that adjourned the kitchen and locked him inside. That's when I took the opportunity to turn the professor and his chair around. Because of course, you need to make it look like the defendant had shot Dr. Wilson from where he picked up the gun. So there you have it. That is entirely of my misdemeanor. Your Excellency? Yes. I wonder. Might I speak with you in private later? Go on. You did in everyone. So, we just got confirmation of murder. Oh yes. You see, this trial has finally run its course. And I presume the prosecution's in agreement? Yep. Get to suit. Let's not lose. I'd like this rookie student. Well, freaking killer releases again. Wrestler can use top opposition. No, hold up. This is LT coming in. Will never be forgot. You were coming. It's our age console, but the old have to stand aside to make way for the new. It's the way of the world. May you never forget that. Oh! A thousand millenniums may pass, and still the Ketchikan will never match up to the Naruto. Trial. In the Supreme Court of Japan, I believe we'll go down in history as the start of a new chapter of a new country's jurisdiction. Despite being summoned as an accused, you, Rikisaki Naruto, presented an excellent case. Essentially, the use of evidence and deduce unravel the truth in a modern mythologically. After all, it's only been a few decades since our country opened its doors to the wilder world. But the Western's idea of science are rapidly conceptions. I feel sure that science will soon bring new methods of investigations and proceedings of justice. A new future of law wits. But what it will look like, I cannot begin to imagine. That is for the young to pursue. Kazumi Otsugi. After this trial, you're set to embark on a journey of discovery to the legislative British Empire. Learn all you can. Solve everything of the wilder world that you're able to. And do not forget to fulfill the mission imposed onto you. Excellent. What's that all about? Never mind. Actually, Murasaku Naruto. I sense, how can I put it, unusual potential. I very much look forward to seeing how you carry that onwards. Thank you, Your Excellency. It is time to deliver the final verdict. I hereby find the defendant, Ryusuke Naruto, probably getting the name wrong, not guilty. Hey, soccer paddles. Ah, I noticed the track on the right, on the left there. This court is now adjourned. November 2:46 p.m. Supreme Court of Judicial Defense Defendant Antechamber 5. Believe it. I can't believe what happened. I mean it. I defended myself in a furl. Not her in this trial. Minasak. And they pulled it off. Congratulations. Well, I couldn't tell them about you. Thank you, Kasuma. No. It was a pleasure to watch you work. So, you owe me a lot. Lars Sakayaki from the place on Yuma University Street. Don't forget. Good afternoon. Oh, your hard work has certainly paid off. Congratulations to the both of you proving Naruto-san's innocence. Ah, our trusty judicial assistant. You work hard for that for so too, you know. No, I didn't do anything. Thank you so much! If you hadn't had that research report of Miss Brett, I don't know how things would have turned out. However, she agreed me for my father. I have something to do as he asked. It was his idea for me to go to the university and investigate. Father? Ah, yes, of course. Forgive me for entering overseas, Your Excellency. Susaku Makitaba, Judicial Assistant to Defense. Speaking of Mikutaba, there you are. I believe congratulations are in order. Hohodo did an excellent job. Thank you, Professor. Oh no, so it's Riai who's rethinking you after all. Your efforts exposed a true criminal that took the life of my good friend. Oh yes, you mentioned that before. It was you who actually invited Dr. Wilson to Mel's University, wasn't it? Yes, that's right. Professor Mikutaba studied overseas himself. He went to study forensic medicine in Great Britain. Certainly, that's when you met Dr. Wilson. Exactly. In those days, we worked together in the same hospital. Oh, you worked together? I've never heard you mention that before. Well, it was a long time ago now. Besides, it's your turn, Asogi. Great Britain is a magnificent country. It leads the world in science, medicine, engineering, culture, and of course, in law. Watch and learn, my boy. See what happens in the world's largest melting pot. I will. I'll learn all I can. I swear on this, the spirit of the Yogi-Khan. You're not going to be taking that sword to Great Britain, are you? Of course I am. Japanese man katana is his soul. The place where we need to go. Cut down anything that's in my way. I definitely see how sharp it already is already with my own eyes. That reminds me, what happened to the woman? To Jessa? Brett, I mean. After all, she's guilty of murder. Ah, yes. Her. It's not easy to tell you this, but... What do you mean? Surely she's going to face trial herself now. She's a true culprit after all. She will be leaving Japan in the very near future. For Shanghai. Shanghai? This Burberry will not appear in court again in this country. I'm certain of that. Why not? It's a matter of consular jurisdiction. Inspector Hosonaga. It was a hard-fought battle in the courtroom today. Very impressive to watch. I must congratulate. What's this all about? Was on church itself. We cannot try this particular foreigner for her crimes here in Japan. We can't try her? Then who's going to bring her to justice? A British consular court will hear her case somewhere far away where our voices can't be heard. Why a consular court? Professor, I simply don't understand. I thought consular courts were a thing of the past now. That we signed a friendship treaty. Yes, in normal circumstances, you're right. And so long as this is not a serious incident of a highly political nature to our respective governments, they can't invoke a consular court just like that. Oh, can't they? Yes, she's a student, but doesn't justify our government making secret agreements about her fate, does it? The change is going on. This can't be held accountable for our actions here in Japan. I'm afraid that for the young student, the shadow was nothing more than the game all along. There was never any teacher comeuppance for her. I don't believe. The British government and the First Minister has deemed that we handled our custody of Miss Britt. They're obviously taking this case as a foreign student committing murder very seriously. It's all going to change from now on. We can make it change. This is a time of great turmoil. A new era heralded by the start of the 12th century. No, 20th, sorry. One day, I will have no doubt. That woman will receive the judgment she deserves. Yes, change is coming. I wonder what's driving it. Well, I think that's no seriousness for now. This evening calls for a celebratory drink. But Professor, you're right. There's no time for gloomy faces. We should be celebrating Ryusaka's not guilty verdict. Let's start by having fun. Let's start having some fun. In that case, might I just let Shani fall? As the head churches, I shall be delighted to provide you with ample food and drink. You're a detective, Honosuke-san, aren't you? Let's not worry about details for now. To launch Carnival! Will you come with me? Asked Professor. Of course. Launch Carnival's for the second hand. To go and hand the paperwork for an hour host dance release. Oh yes, thank you. Sometimes you will be meeting up with her later. Jezebel won't be trialed here. I suppose that means I'll never know. I'll never find out why she killed Dr. Wilson. Pass him up. Yes, Runusaka. I just want to say thanks again. And that's all. You really saved my skin today. I didn't do a thing. You were the lawyer in there, weren't you? That defense was all your own work. Your skills made the difference, though. One day, I bet you'll be the best lawyer in the world. I'm not so sure about that. To be honest, something kept occurring to me over and over again during that trial. I couldn't help think that maybe you're the one who's destined to become the Great Lawyer, not me. Well, come on, be serious. If I helped you today, it was only right at the very start of the trial. You have a natural talent for it. For being a defensive lawyer, I mean. Oh no, not me. All this tense verbal combat? I never want to go for that again. It's just, I did what you told me to do, that's all. Because I knew I could trust you. That's the point. Sorry? What do you mean? That's the point. Listen, Runusaka. Do you know what the most crucial weapon any lawyer needs in order to win? Knowledge of the law? No. The ability to believe. To believe? Believe what? A defense lawyer has to fight for his client. He has to believe in them at all times. Like you believe in me when I said I didn't do it. I'm human, just like you. I don't have some superhuman ability to know the truth. But you have to make a good choice of about what to believe in and stick to when you're defending someone. Sometimes in the courtroom, you really can't be backed into a corner. But being able to remain faithful to what you choose to believe in even then, well, That's not something anyone can do. It takes a special kind of person. Believing in your clan. Just look at today's trial. I'm a student lawyer with precious little experience, but you never stop believing in me. Well, you face seemingly hopeless situations time and again, but you never stop looking for the truth. And in the end, you found it. Through your own efforts, and because you never stop believing in me. Thanks, Kazuma. I don't know why I'm reading this out. There's something I wanted to ask you, actually, Minasaga. Well, a favor, really. Something very important to me. I'm probably getting Ryunosuke. Right, Ryunosuke. It says here, so what is... Ah, you're still here, aren't you? Oh, Inspector Osunaga. I've arranged some raw shank for us. Thanks for us. Let's go. Thank you. We'll be right there. Let's back up this conversation again later. We should be celebrating right now. Your first court victory. And your study tour to Great Britain. Don't forget. Ah, yes. That too. So my very first child came to an end. Kazuma. Professor Mikutaba. Susanoo-san, you act as my assistant. Inspector Hononaga. You didn't really play most of the part, but still. Ouch. It was because of the help and support of these people that I managed to get through that trial. But more importantly, Kazuma hasn't yet managed to ask this favor of me. Little did I realize just how much it would change my life. Episode 1 is done! Took us about 4 hours, but I'm not going to complain now. We are still going to keep going for a little while. Alright, the adventure of the unbreakable spectacle bond. Spectacle bond. And yeah, the adventure of the unbreakable spectacle bond. Oh, we get to see the rest of the episode names now. Sweet. Episode 3 is called The Adventure of the Roaring Room. Episode 4 is The Adventure of the Clouded Kokoro. And episode 5 is The Adventure of the Unspeakable Story. Let's go to episode 2. The Adventure of the Unbreakable Spectacle Bond. I'm probably getting the name wrong. The Adventures of the Unbreakable Spectacle Bond. Episode 2.
In a corner of that small, dark room, Sholmes and I waited with bated breath. In time, there came from the ventilator a hiss and a soft, almost growl-like sound. Suddenly, Sholmes sprang into action, lashing furiously with his cane at point. You see it, Wilson, he yelled, his tense voice reverberating through the air. I raised my dark lantern shutter, and the room slowly came into view. Sholmes was staring intently at one particular corner when he started whispering to me. The victim's most perplexing final words. The speckled band.
Speckled. That's how you pronounce it.
I believe this is the terrible coil to which you referred, Wilson. In front of us was an enormous adder, its fangs bared as it threatened to strike. It truly was the most terrible speckled band I had ever seen.
So I've never heard of the word speckled till today. 9th of January, 6:37 a.m. on board the Steamboat Brura.
So then, let us unravel this mystery and discover what events led to this curious murder. Pray, do excuse me. The cabin door was bolted from the inside when the man was killed. No marks to suggest the bolt was tampered with in any way. So, this would appear to be a locked room mystery. In his final moments, the victim scrawled a message on the floor. Almost certainly with the ink from this upset bottle. A Russian word. So the victim was a Russian man then. And the letters are well formed, suggesting he was compos mentis at the time. This is a most extraordinary script. And evidently not penned by the same hand as this message. In fact, I deduce it was written by someone of a different nationality.
Holy shit.
This paper seal was placed just prior to the incident, by the victim himself, I would venture. Well, what have we here?
Who are you, and what do you think you're doing here?
No one must touch before maritime police come. We must wait.
That won't be necessary. You see, in less than 5 seconds from now, I will reveal the killer to you.
What?
Don't be absurd. This is murder. I need cabin locked from inside.
Ah yes, the locked room. But that mystery is paper thin.
You don't mean the culprit is in there?
Who are you, and where have you come from?
I'm a great British consultant detective, the only one in the world. Sherlock Holmes. I presume you must have heard of me.
I'm sure. Oh. Oh, okay. I see what I had it did. That's how I changed the little. Because I know in the original version, it's named. They call him Sherlock Holmes. Holmes Sherlock. My head's throbbing. What's going on? Something's not right here. There's trouble in the air. We're on a boat. Wait. I can't move. I've been handcuffed again. Why do I keep the... Oh, accident. So... Keep going. This paper is this... Paper see I wrote in the wardrobe. I remember working hard to make it. But I never got height. Maybe I could expect the Russian courier to be able to read that. He said. Still, I'm sure people will get the idea, even if they couldn't read it. So we used it anyway. It worked. I don't know how that crew followed the secret, but no one opened the door. Suspect though. Symbol you after seeing worse is pinned with pride. It's funny. Oh, okay. Why am I in handcuffs? Again! So, you're awake now. Huh. You had to drag you out of the wardrobe. I do not believe... I do not believe how you could not wake up. You are a true cold-blooded man. You found me then. We found you. And now you pay. Criminal. How long were you in a tiny workshop? Sorry. Now you have been found, it's time you admit your crimes. Unless you want to fight how cold the ocean is. No, I'll tell you everything. There's only one thing I'd like to know from you. It's not... Why did you do it? Why did you take his life? This... I don't know. Wait, what did you say? His life? Where is he? Where's Kazuma? You pretended you didn't know. You're a wolf in sheep's pelt. In the sheep's pelt. You are the killer. Do not try to make excuses. What? Kazuma-san his body was discovered not long ago. Here, in this fire cabin, it was bolted shut from the inside. His body. Please. Do not try to tell us you were doing this terrible thing in your sleep. Kazuma's dead? But he can't be. And these handcuffs, sure you don't think I have to know. Why did you see Kazuma slip? Me, please. No, I'm not doing that long. No. Come on. It's just 2 short weeks ago. Are you sure about this? Won't we get in trouble? Don't you find it fun being a stowaway? Besides, how else are you going to come England with me to study? It was really something else when they brought your luggage in here, though. Well, the way that Russian crewman just tossed your traveling case on the floor. I was gonna die! Yes, I still can't quite believe that. I didn't really think you'd be able to fit inside my trunk. You must be even less of a man than you looked. Ouch. Hey, honestly, before I broke every bone of my body! Well, it's about 50 days until we dock in Great Britain. But if you confine yourself in my cabin here, I won't just think anyone will discover you. I hope not. I get the feeling those Russians wouldn't be far forgiving of a stowaway. They're sorry buns, that's for sure. What I want to know is, why do we need to keep it in a secret from a young lady? Our adventures is assistant Bogotava, you mean? From your close friend, more to the point. Surely we could confide in her, couldn't we? I don't believe she'll give me away. No, but if she knew what we'd done, that'll make her guilty by association. It's best only you and I know about this. I suppose so. Anyway, it's about time. The searchers are supposed to come and clean the cabins. And those cramfish, we're out in there. I think it won't be for long. And anyway, compared to hiding inside my traveling case, it'll be a breeze. Yes, but what if it decides to open the wardrobe for some reason? And I'll be in for it. Don't worry. Tell you what. Why don't you write "keep out" or something on this piece of paper? What? And I can stick it out the wardrobe door once you're inside. I don't know. We've only been seen for about 15 days. How can this happen? We were supposed to be going on an adventure in England together. We're gonna have a trial on a boat. We'll leave you in the next part. Stay quiet until then. Don't make trouble for yourself. Murderer. No, I'm not the murderer. Yeah, you said it before. You said you admit everything about your crime. No, that's not right. I mean, yes, I stole away on the ship, but murdering my best friend? No one else could have done it. Admit the truth. Great, we have a locker room mystery, and I'm pinned for crimes. And Zan, please tell me what happened. I need to know. Very well. There's something like that you too. Those eyes. She looks like she's ready to destroy me. This nightmare's getting worse by the minute. I suppose all I can do is try to find what really happened. He's really been killed, hasn't he? This isn't just a bad dream. These handcuffs, they think I did it. They think I'm Cosmo's killer. When they found him, the cabin was locked from the inside. What do you mean? There's no access in this cabin via the porthole window, and the bolt of the door cannot be operated from outside. In other words, after the crime, the culprit couldn't have escaped these four walls. What? Or to put it another way, the culprit could have only been someone inside this cabin. Or do you have some other explanation? This isn't possible. How did they die then? What happened exactly? Are you still going to deny charge? Even despite the circumstances? Lisa! Susan, you have to tell me! Cause of death is still undetermined. They don't know how he died. The ship's doctor is something about him. Of course, he has no postmortem on his experience. I don't think we'll know more until the expert has been consulted at our next port of call. So we're assuming that means there was no obvious external signs of injury then. That's true, yes. Can anyone tell me exactly what happened here in this cabin? I don't understand at all. Why would anyone want to kill Cosmo? That's presuming that's something you know the answer to better than anyone. Please. Whatever you say, you were here in the cabin after all. Well, yes, I was, but... We'd always wake before dawn and do his training first thing in the morning. I was being inside his cabin, as I have every day so far in this voyage. But this morning, he did not come. I sensed that he wouldn't. That mean he was already dead with Jono-san arrived at the door cabin? I wonder. I knocked, but there was no reply. When I started becoming worried, I went to find a member of the crew. Crewmen forced the cabin door open, and when we might see inside, there was Cosmo-san collapsed on the floor. The white tape shows exactly where he was found, I suppose. I had no idea anything had happened. I must have been asleep in the wardrobe somehow. I wish that wasn't the case. It wasn't the case, but that's just very hard to believe. This is all very hard to believe for me too. Trust me. Now I told you everything I know. Now it's my turn to ask you a question. Yes, all right. My head feels so heavy. It's still throbbing like anything. Why are you even on board this ship, Naruto-san? You said something before being a stowaway, didn't you? Oh, yes. I'm afraid that's true. It's 2 weeks since we left Japan, and I've been shut up this cabin the entire time. No idea. How could you occur? I could buy someone's cabin for so long if I didn't notice it. No. That would be impossible, obviously. Yes, of course. Has someone invited me? He wanted us to go to England together. He actually asked you? But why? I'm afraid I really know the reason myself. I don't understand. Awesome. Why did you want this? What's the real reason? Why did you go to such extreme lengths to smuggle me to England with you? It's an idea that's been in my mind since the end of that incredible trial. I think I told you did, didn't I? That you ought to become a lawyer yourself. Well, yes, you said that, but I didn't think you were serious. You have a talent for it. I can assure you that. But I never really thought about becoming a lawyer. Well, that's something you can decide for yourself. London is at the spearhead of cultural development, the center of the world in many ways. There can't be any harm in seeing such an important place with your own eyes, can there? Well, no, definitely not. But on a personal level, if you're going to become a lawyer, then what? Nothing. Forget it. He's always saying the same thing. That he wanted to change the Japanese legal system. Perhaps he thought that too, that he could do it with you. Yes, maybe. Something's still bothering me a little. The look in his eyes, Dan. It's darker than I've ever seen it before. Susako-san? Sorry to recap the secret from you. Me so and when the ship, I mean. No, Kazuma-san. I expect he was trying to protect me. To avoid me becoming guilty by association. That's exactly right. Yes. Or perfect, in fact. If you're not the culprit, then tell me. What happened last night here in this cabin? Well, the thing is, I don't really remember. Kazuma brought me something to eat, just like he always did. And then I got myself in the wardrobe over there, just like I always did. After that, I fell asleep. Well, yes. So it leads that you didn't notice. Did you even stir when Kazuma was killed? Well, yes. I know it sounds unbelievable, really, I do, but it's the truth. Only I've woken up, then perhaps I wouldn't be in this predicament. For some reason, my head's still throbbing like anything. Really? Is something wrong? Oh, no, it's... Please forget it. Susanna-san, you have to believe me, I didn't do it! I really don't want to doubt you. But the trouble is... There is no one else who could possibly have done this. So, I don't really understand. Why? Why did this have to happen? Alright, can't take this. Don't try to go anywhere. I'm handcuffed! You're the perpetrator of this crime. You can't leave. I can't allow it to happen. I'm sorry. Someone was killed right under my nose here, and I didn't do anything to stop it. And I am supposed to just sit around? My hands tied? Whatever did this walk free? No, I can't allow it to happen! Well, what you're supposed to do then? An investigation. I'm going to investigate. I'm going to find exactly what happened here. I'm going to work out who took Cosmo's life. And how and why they did it. I'm sorry. You're going to have to excuse me. Ow. What the? Oh, Oh, yeah! That was Suicide time. What? What march art form is that? I'm going to need you to prove it. Sorry, prove it? Yes, your innocence. I need evidence. Now, how am I supposed to... You've forgotten already? What you achieved just a few weeks ago? You successfully defended yourself in the court of law. Ah, I see. She's begging you to present some conclusive evidence. I have to get... Believe me. I'm going to show right evidence right now to prove I'm not with this horrible crime.
Yes!
Tell me, when I was discovered in the workshop before, was this piece of paper stuck over the door? Oh, yes it was. I remember clearly. I've also... Cosmo always put it in place whenever I went there in their sleep. Just in case the connoisseur or another crew member decided to look inside. Naturally, he did the same last night as well. Ah, of course. The gentleman who discovered you peeled the sign from the wardrobe doors just before he opened them. If I were truly the culprit, I couldn't have climbed back inside the wardrobe and stuck this on the outside of the door for my own. Yes, that's quite true. In other words, it's impossible that I killed Kazuma. Well, even if you're spread hopelessly on the floor, I can see why Kazuma san fall highly of you. Thank you. It's just how it's on. Nah, you think perhaps you can help me up? I've been kind of thrown on the floor. Well, in the light of that evidence, I don't see any reason I should stop you from investigating in here, at least. Thank you. Do you finally believe me? I'm sorry. No. What? I'm not sure yet. I can't rule out the possibility that you use some sort of conjuring trick to put the sign back in position. Does she think I am a magician? I've seen a few magicians in this game. For now, I suggest you investigate as thoroughly as here as possible. I'll do the same. Alright, let's get to work, Susan-san. Please don't misunderstand me. I still have my doubts. Oh. I should be watching you to make sure you do nothing that might disturb the crime scene. I wouldn't want you to try out evidence for yourself. Right. Well, anyway, I should make start of my investigations here. Examine everything I can. Asuna, I swear, I will avenge your death! I will do this every time. Ah. It's really... Ah. Fine. Let's do the job. Perhaps I should put this Russian crewman makes the scene again. Excuse me. What? I was wondering how's it going? The investigation, I mean. Grandmother told me Japanese people do not make jokes. That's not true, I see. Sorry. Criminal asked investigator for information about his crime. Very fun. Oh. It wasn't supposed to be a joke. Doesn't appear to be laughing either. He's convinced you're guilty. You might have used some information though. I'll just have to keep track. So, last night, did you notice anything out of the ordinary at all? Nyeh! Of course not. Now back to the corner and make silent. I say no more than you. They had a nerve. Just for a minute there. He seemed a little flustered. Oh dear, that won't do. Oh? What's the matter, Susan? Whenever I'm selling things, I always find myself focused. I have to look around in turn. Ah, yes, that's not good. I suppose you're foolish with me in that regard. Are you, Naruto-san? I'm sure you carefully... Oh, okay. Yes, let's do that. I suppose my field of vision has been rather small until now. Hello, what is that on the floor? There's a knife. And a knife, a roasted chicken? Oh, it's really tasty. Yes, it was very delicious, wasn't it? But, did you eat it on the floor here? I'm not a dog, Susan. I ate it at the table, of course. Which begs the question of, when and how did the plate end up on the floor? Kazuma-san didn't like chicken at all, did he? No, that's right. He didn't touch it. Which means all the more for me. Oh no, does that mean our Kazuma spends his last night with that develop? It's just too horrible. Nah, I suddenly feel guilty. Have I got just out of the naked stomach? There's nothing on the table at all. Plate and color all over the floor for some reason. Yes, it's strange. Last night when I went to sleep, I'm sure everything was still. No, wait a minute. What is it? That's funny. I can't seem to remember anything about what happened after dinner at all. So then perhaps you are responsible for what happened to Kazuma-san? No. Sagi, the Japanese word for justice. I'm pretty sure I got the pronunciation wrong on that. Brush strokes are straight and true, just like Kazuma. Yes, his colory was always a reflection. That was hard. And yet can you release the carriage by feeling shame, knowing who treated him so thoughtfully? Of course I can't. I mean, I'm innocent, so why shouldn't I be able to? Even though you stowed away on the ship. Now you're gonna bring that up, are you? I can't win. These are rules of passage for traveling aboard the SS Burra. It essentially a list of requests for the captain to put all cabin passengers on the board. Passengers must not keep weapons or any dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. What? Why are you staring at me? Oh, sorry. I was just thinking. Are you more of a dangerous object or a pet? Cheap shot. I can't decide. Well, one's for sure. Either way, I wasn't supposed to be here. The books have fallen over the shelf. Look, we've all toppled the same way. And what's this? I thought you some god to see. Well, he's fallen over as well. Yes, it's almost as if the whole shelf has been ramsacked. And everything moved down at once. I wonder if... perhaps it was Kazuma-san's in his modern sword training, don't you think? I seriously doubt that. And perhaps... they put you Naruto-san in a fit of rage. I wouldn't have bothered leaving the wardrobe just to mess up a few books on a statue. The way these have been thrown about have anything to do with the kids, I wonder. Well, I'll just add everything straight again. I just don't like the mess. Whatever happened to preserving the crime scene? What do you think this is? It looks like a broken piece of glassware. Everything was... it appears to be broken clean in two. The glass is such a beautiful color. It looks like a cute little Nesui fastened in a Komodo outfit. I'm not sure that sounds like Kazuma. He wouldn't have sick and carried away without triggers like this around him, okay? Blade marks beside it. Well, the marks beside it. What is it, I wonder? It has some sort of brick-like hue. Yes, you're right. It's the color of a brick, isn't it? Even though I don't see anything of the same color anywhere else in this cabin. That's a very large shelving case, isn't it? It carries a lot of memories for me. Memories? What do you mean? Well, that's exactly how I stood away from on this vessel. I was brought on board inside that case. Ah yes, I see it says this way up in Japanese. In which hindsight, I should have realized the foreigner crewmen wouldn't have been able to read. And I was turned over and over and over, and then I was even tossed on the floor here. Oh dear. You know, so isn't as dramatic as it sounds. You said it was. Well, it was less painful than those takedown. Did Arthur write this before he died? Looks like it was written in ink. He must have knocked the ink pot from the desk when he collapsed to the floor. And I suppose he wrote this message by dipping his finger in this village. Rasmus thought, looked that he was in terrible pain. It's almost unbearable to imagine. Suppose he was trying to leave some sort of clue as to his final moments. Was he? I'm sorry, partner. I can't read your writing. I don't think that's Japanese, Naruto-san. What? Then, what language is it? It pays me up, but I don't know. It's not a foreign script I'm familiar with. What does it mean, I wonder? This is, yes, a bell cork contraption, I think. What do you mean, contraption? Read about it in the book I was studying that I talked about life in Great Britain. Large households often have bell cords like this, which you can pull to ring a bell to summon servants. Really? That sounds almost magical. Shall we give it a little try? Yes! The interest of cultural research, obviously. I suppose no one came from. Ouch. No, I'm sure it's just everyone's busy. That's all. Alright. It's been 2 weeks since you set sail in Japan. You really been living in that wardrobe the entire time now, Hosan? I think living isn't quite the right description. No, I suppose not. Although it may be rather exciting, taking this voyage in your own secret hideout. The trouble it was, I never knew when a member of the crew might come in. So yes, I did basically have to live in that wardrobe. Last night was no exception. Because of that, you had no idea what was happening out here in the cabin. Nope, sadly not. Oh, I think it's the last thing I have to examine. Is this table. This is where dear Cosmo would have sat whenever he was right. London Diary. Cosmo, he didn't even make it to his destination. So the last entry was incomplete. Means what? He was in the middle of writing this when the incident happened? See what it says. Be a valuable clue. Damn it! That's another question. What? Has not made it depart from this world. But you must not read his private thoughts. But what if it's something important? Something relevant to the case? That is the point. Alright. I won't read it. Poor Cosmos. I'm not trying to pray people's personal matters either. And this case, isn't the need for clues more important? Apparently we have some... When I went to hell. Force door open. The bolts have been firmly shut. It's quite small, not particularly shut. And still crosses. Secure door still. Still. The door bolted, there would be no way to get in or out of this cabin, that's for sure. It's no wonder everyone suspects me. Did you clutch me like that? The tense all up and down my spine. I remember reading once in attack that note. The culprit just kneel on a thread to draw a bolt across from the outside the room in a situation like this. Yes, that's a clever trick, isn't it? I'm not a reader of detective stories myself. The door in this cabin on its frame made of metal and were sealed perfectly together. There would be no possibility of using the needle and thread trick here, I'm afraid. She goes like that. I feel pins and needles all up and down my spine. The blade! That's Cosmo's precious sword! We've never went anywhere about it. Yes, he was always saying that a Japanese man's katana is his soul. I believe he had worked very hard to convince the government to let him bring it on his trip. I suppose that shows how important it is to him. Now he's gone. I've never really let a spirit go just yet. Oh. I think there's some kind of opening for ventilation. A hole in which fresh air can circulate into the cabin. It's not a little odd. What do you mean? Well, this ventilator. I wonder if it... what it is. Looks like it's going to be connected to the next door... chamber. Cabin. So it appeared to... You're right. And it's purposely like fresh air into the room. Surely be connected to the outside. That's true. Perhaps it's so that rain and spray don't find their way in when the seas are rough, or something like that. I suppose so. Maybe that's it. Holy sh! When did he pop in there? Also, who's that? He wasn't there a minute ago. As far as I can tell, it looks like he might be European. Oh, how did he? Yes! Please! How the hell did you get into this room? You know that man too, haven't you? I have no ideas who he is or how he got here, but he's suspicious. And tall. Suspiciously tall. Now, Rosan, don't tell me... You don't know who that is? Well, no. I don't have any foreign friends or acquaintances at all. He doesn't look like a member of the crew. There's something very unusual about him. And he's investigating Cosmos Sin. Yes. Or is it he's just playing with it? I can't tell. Well, in that case, we simply must talk to him. Now, I just imagined... Or it's just like almost like uncontrollably excited. By the way, I expect you knew I was right. But just in case, press X on people when cross hers, you can convince converse with them. Alright then, I'll get the suspicious tall gentleman and see what he has to say for himself. Oh, please do it. Yes. Excuse me. Excuse me, do you have a moment? Shh. This is a critical point in my investigation. Maybe I should leave him alone. Just seem a little unfriendly. Yes, perhaps that'll be for the best. Where'd he go? Holy sh! Greetings, haven't kept you that long? Alright. What exactly are you doing on Cosmos stats just now? Ah, I see. Fascinating. Sorry. What's your see? Feels like he's looking right through me. Oh yes, everything is clear now. Train elite of reasoning has run its course. My deduction has crystallized. You. Have been in Afghanistan, I just recently returned, if I'm mistaken. Sorry. What? Also, I'm pretty sure I got that. Oh, Afghanistan. And whilst venturing towards the foreign climate, you find yourself in a most troubling predicament. Oh, well, that's true at least. But hi. How the deuce did I know that, perhaps? It was the most elementary deduction. Hardly worth explaining. Have you perhaps managed to do anything else? Of course. I've heard of many things. There is no mystery left. There is no mystery, my dear madame. For example, you have fled your national land of Russia, being, as you are, a merciless revolver. God damn it. Revolutionary. You leave 16 victims of assassination in your wake, and now travel to England to blow up the Crystal Tower. The fuck? And when the revolution occurred in this very cabin, discovering your daddy, you ended his life too. First off, I didn't even know what that 4-4 is. I took a shot at that one. And second, how the hell? That's a very far off deduction there. Yes, I believe that summarizes the facts beautifully. No need to hide the truth now. Nothing to seize these eyes. Just to be clear, you're talking about me, aren't you? Certainly I am. Do you see another in this cabin who fits the bill? A Russian assassin with 16 victims to his name? No, but I see someone who maybe want to try being JoJo someday. Maybe in part 10. I don't even see one person who fits the bill. So it's true. It's sure who did this to Cosmos. What? And you're planning the revolution too. Ship over here now heard a sign. Absolutely wicked. No! Listen, there's no way I... Damn it! I'm sorry yourself. Tell me everything. This is ridiculous. How could you do it? For pity's sake, open your eyes. I'm not a Russian revolutionary. Obviously. Oh, forgive me. And as for you, what kind of deduction was that? You were just saying the first thing that came to your head. Ah, was I not right? While smashing towards this foreign climate, you do find yourself in the most troubling predicament, do you not? Well, yes, maybe. Ah, there you have it, you see. What do you make of that? Holy sh... I definitely got his distractions pretty much on point. Well, to be honest, the ship is out. It's en route to England, and I'm handcuffed in a scene of the murder. At the scene of murder, so I'm not really sure you should call it deduction. More of a plain observation. Indeed, an observation, my dear boy, is the basis of all deduction. My method is founded upon the observation of trifles. You see, I announce my findings with resky certitude. And more often than not, I'm right. Huh. I don't think you introduced yourself. Ah, my apologies. Hey, remnants of me. I am none other than the greatest detective of the century, known to men and women the world over. The inanimal, Sherlock Sholmes. Oh, they just... I see what they did. They swapped the S and the H over. So instead of it being Sherlock Holmes, it's Sherlock Sholmes. So, it's really you, the actual Sherlock Sholmes. Very same. And little actual Sherlock Sholmes. Do you know this man, San-san? The most famous detective in the world? No, Hosan. Of course I do. There's no one who hasn't heard of him. Sorry. There's nobody who hasn't heard of him. What planet have I been living on then? You must ask him what he's seduced. You will have to work out the entire case already. I'm sure. Really? Why do I feel uneasy about this? What do you make of this? Mr. Sholmes? Look at this. Wait. When I'm in the course of my deduction, nothing must disturb my mind. Oh. Sorry. Ah! An Indian courier, perhaps? Does he remember anything about the lunch menu? I've never seen anything like this. Most extraordinary writing. You did the same thing earlier this morning, I think. Indeed. But it's uncommon. This is uncommonness. So remarkable, I felt the need to say it. So I do believe these characters may be a crude attempt at a Japanese script. Ouch. What? I don't like to be the one to tell you this, but I think Miss Shrooms is trying to say that your handwriting is a little untidy. Is making fun of me. Alright. So, you're the great detective, aren't you? Sorry, what's your name again? Indeed, I am none other than the one and only Sherlock Holmes. I almost said Sherlock Holmes. I almost took Sherlock Holmes and Sherlock Holmes and put them as one name. Oh, I see. You're German? Sherlock? Was it? No. I have no hair. I mean, I have hair, but call me Holmes. Read about my exploits in the Society London publication. Oh yes, Friends magazine, full of wondrous short stories and interesting articles from Great Britain. I never miss an issue. I have it sent from England especially. Ah, yes, here it is. The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. I did it again. So, you're the protagonist in this series of short stories, then? Indeed I am! As you read so many of your own stories, you're starting to think you're actually a detective. I know I was left on board. Makes no mistake, I am no poor, deluded fool. Though you take me for. Your inference is backwards. Backwards? My trusty biographer records my greatest 15 achievements are chronicles them in a magazine. You have a biographer, do you? Doesn't everybody? Mine goes by the name of Dr. Wilson, presumably keeping shop in London. Dr. Wilson? I must say, thanks to that publication, I've been fantastically busy as of late. Why, at this very moment, I'm returning from Asia, having solved the mystery of a cursed royal crown. Really? I can't believe I should take this man seriously or not. Well, this is a Phoenix Wright game, so, I could believe it. Deduction, you say, is to me a science logical reasoning of it in its purest form. Science? Really? An astute observer notices even the most subtle of reaction in his subject. After a glance, a twitch of the muscle, a slight inclination of the posture. Oh hey, Apollo does that. Fingernails, arm sleeves, fur, skin. All these things are data. Right. A trained logic, logician makes deductions from this data in the blink of an eye. The ultimate conclusion is, will I fail the truth? As I demonstrated only a few short moments ago. How can he look at me in the eye and claim that? You see, I have turned both for observation and for deduction. And fame. That is what makes me the one and only Sherlock Holmes. Damn it! Have you managed to deduce anything about the particular case yet? Have you managed to deduce anything, my dear fellow? Who do you suppose discovered the culprit in his most cunning handless? Yeah, that's right. He was none other than the great detective before you now, Mr. Sherlock Holmes. I see. In other words, I'm in these right now because of him. When I began anxious about Cosmo this morning, I summoned all the crew members to force the cabin door open. And I concealed myself among the numbers, gaining entry to the scene of the crime. Yes, luckily for everyone, the great detective Sherlock Holmes was on board. And these handcuffs seem to be an excellent fit, Mr. Naruhodo. For every moment I laid eyes on the scene, two facts were really apparent to me. Oh really? Two facts, you say? Mr. Sholmes, tell us, please. What two facts were apparent to you that came into this cabin this morning? Ah, yes. First, let us be precise. The two facts in question were immediately apparent to me. Yes, I understand. But what were they? Allow me to elucidate. Two facts that I deduced from mere moment's glance at the scene of the crime were as follows. Number one, the cabin was locked from within, rendering escape from the culprit out of the question. Number two, the victim was Russian and killed following a dispute with an acquaintance. Hold on, Mr. Sholmes. What made you think the victim was Russian? Observing the dying message left by the victim on the floor. Tabloid. Oh, that's the Russian word for wardrobe. Do you really think Cosmo would have left the dying message in Russian? In the following moments, many find their native tongue filling their head. But the young man, Russian. Cosmo was Russian? Was he? Initially, I considered Guerrero to be the name of the killer, a certain Robert Great, perhaps. But in But in the interest of falseness, I decided it would be wrong not to look in the wardrobe, or at least. And there if I miss an hour sleeping. Quite so. I found you, the renowned Russian revolutionary killer. Why is it I'm the Russian too? Why is it I'm Russian too? I saw that you were wearing the same attire as the victim. In other words, you were acquainted. And if my memory serves, that outfit is the traditional dress of the Russian people. Our uniform, our school uniform, our traditional dress of the Russian people. I had no idea. And I had no idea the detective could get something so wrong. I took a photograph of the victim with the message, that I may not analyze it for possible hidden details. This was taken the after the young man was discovered, before the body was removed. Yeah. Possibly already taken away when I woke up. It's the first time I've actually seen him like this. Are you alright, Mr. Navajo? Oh, yes, thank you. The photograph of the scene of crime was... Okay, yeah, darn it. Can I ask you something, Mr. Sholmes? What, pray? You mentioned Russian before as well, didn't you? You know, when you said I was a fearsome revolutionary fleeing Russia and all that. Ah, yes, the train of reasoning that led me to the truth. Would you mind explaining that train of reasoning to me? What do you think? I don't even want to pronounce that. Certainly, if it interests you. I'm not Russian and I don't speak Russian. The abduction? Can we talk about your abduction before? Things you included me naming. The power famously occurs a troubling predicament you find yourself in. Accurate, troubling predicament. Actually, it was the other detail I was hoping to discuss. You know, the merciless Russian revolutionary assassin of 16 part. Ah, yes. The more shorter detail. It's a very commonplace seduction. Here we have this morning's paper. The main line head reads: Revolutionary brothers flees Russian via Shanghai. I'm pretty sure I got the name wrong. The vessel made a port call to Shanghai yesterday, and last night a young Russian was murdered. So who was constant Russian? Sounds like Mr. Jones concluded he was Russian because Cosmo wrote in the floor. There was a somewhat act of reasoning to realize that the culprit of this crime was the same merciless revolutionary. One who would kill the very man who helped him escape after his true identity was discovered. Yes, you. Berlin Buttershik. Again, I'm pretty sure I'm getting that name wrong. No. How could it be me? I don't look anything like this man. Just look at his face. Well, you are a patient revolutionary after all. Therefore, you have then learned to revolutionize your appearance as well. Please, and might I add, your name doesn't appear just passenger list. Did I say more? Well, that's because I'm a stowaway. What about the other detail? The 16 victims of assassination and blowing up the crystal tree. Tree. Ah, yes, the journalist clearly interviewed the man and printed all those pictures in the article. Indeed, the man has perpetrated thus far, and those he is plotting. Yes. Every with this revolutionary brothers was included. There can be no mistake. Do revolutionaries usually agree to interviews with newspaper reporters, I wonder? What about the part where you said I was just returning from Afghanistan? Also quickly stated in this article. Motorists had recently returned after a period of First activism. Sorry. Activities. Some sort of activities in the war-torn region of Afghanistan. I'm pretty sure I got that wrong. Where even is it anyway? This Afghanistan place. Here, get the river yourself. A little memento of this great deduction. Oh, thank you. I've absorbed all that interests me within these pages. But I see no rubbish bin nearby. I mean, I have the article here. And you may find the article on the back page interesting as well. On the back, cast your eyes over sometime if the interest takes you. Though you may need someone to interpret. But written in Russian. I can help to read it. I suppose someone had to just glance at the article. There might be a picture or two. Let's do it tonight. This is interesting. I find some this or something. Well, no, I mean, it looks like it might be interesting. Where's the runner for it? Yeah, nor can I. Look at this picture. Perhaps it's about a beautiful young Russian princess. Very pretty, isn't she? Ocean jar like this, don't you? I don't know. I can't make any sense of it. Ah, I'm glad you noticed this article. God! I'm going to give you a short summary of this contents. Oh, thank you. Pops up everywhere, this Mr. Sholmes. But the disappearance of a young lady last night. Renowned prima ballerina of the Nordic ballet has disappeared from Shanghai. During a performance in Shanghai, the famous dancer was reported missing. She is, of course, a talented young Nikolana Pavlovna. I got that. I'm pretty sure I'm getting the pronunciations wrong here. Why are Russian names so hard to remember? It appeared that the woman who's in costume was found to be missing in her treasure room. Wearing a diamond tiara, you see pictured, which is worth 20,000 rubles. Oh. How much is 20,000 rubles? I have no idea. I'm quite sure it must be an unbelievable sum of money. His eyes are shining like diamonds themselves. The tiara is the property of the Nordic ballet. It would seem the director besides herself. Alright. Yes, I'm not surprised. Company's moves thanks to her both Miss Pavlova and Pavel Tiara. They request international assistance at all ports with sailings to Great Britain. Could this be another case of Russians fleeing in his or her country? It does seem to be the Russian thing to do. I'm not even going to take the fight out of the response, Mr. Naruto. Alright, let's talk about his seduction. Before we start talking, you were examining Cosmo's desk, weren't you? Cosmo? Ah yes, the victim. Did you notice anything useful? Anything at all? Observe for a moment. The death is about the victim. See, the victim was engaged in penning some text. London Diary. Cosmo's keep news of this trip. Ah, but I don't think you should read his private writing. It could upset people. Tragic. And something you ought to profess this before the act of reading? You mean you read it already? It is my business to know what other people do not. Yes, believe it or not, I know a smart Japanese. Oh, I see. Well, you're about to know. What's no, take that slide. Listen, aren't you gonna throw the detective your trademark takedowns? I'm sorry, no, hold on. What do you mean? Life is so unfair. Anyway, returning to the matter at hand, naturally this diary belongs to the victim. It would appear that the defendant's sentence is incomplete, as if the other offer was cut short. It's not sure the right. Tate precise as to the. Oh, but I thought you knew Japanese. A smattering, my dear boy. A smattering. Sayonara, bonsai. Mikadoro, Darunado. Treasure suitably impressed. This area is littered with looking characters. That I can read precisely them. Oh, okay. So what's showing off before then? You just kind of show me. I'd be happy to read it for you, Mr. Sholmes. I'm much obliged, my dear madame. An entry here is cosmos that consists of 2 short sentences. First reads 1:23 a.m. I can hear faint whispering sound. A whistling sound? These are very deep waters. Right, go on. Second sentence reads 1:45 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the fence. Oh crap. Speckled band? What on earth does that mean? I have no idea. I've never heard of such an expression before. What did I really say? The man is referring to the latch that's here on the wall, which connects to the adjourned cabin. Yes, the adjourned cabin. So, I believe I've given you enough to consider, for the time being at least. Ah, do you have somewhere to go? As it happens, the victim's writing in his diary has piqued my interest. The matter warrants further investigation, I believe. And if I'm still too long, the seasickness takes hold. Oh, I suppose. You're thinking investigating the cabin next door, which the ventilator connects to. Great detectives are curious breeds. Our minds rebel at stagnation. We crave mental accelerate. Yes, I intend to investigate. Hence, the truth will become clear soon enough. Your friends, maybe we can go with you. No. That would be somewhat complicated. What? Why? A simple glance at your wrist to reveal the answer. Oh, these. Not at all. You're the prime suspect in this matter. No. There's no point. I'm trying to turn it into a question. You're the one who decided that I'm the culprit in the first place. Whatever do you mean? I have no recollection of naming you as a culprit at any point. Crap, he's right. You must be joking. You said it only a moment ago. Hear me. You're clearly misguided. I would have no cause to say such things. Well, actually, Mr. Sholmes, did you hear you said it too? Quite sure. Well, that's very strange. I wouldn't have said it. Instead, you had a face of a criminal. You know, not really. What? Were you looking at my knees before? Some good detective you were. You are. Well, anyway. That was then and this is now. What do you mean? What I mean, sir, is this. If you're the culprit, then you must play the part more convincingly. Roll over and accept your fate. Ah, laughs. Now he's just being plain rude. Ah, off he goes. I mean, just laughed in my face. His sense of humor is as twisted as his name. What are you standing here for? Let's go investigate the cabin next door as well. We must go and investigate the cabin next door as well. Aren't you forgetting something? What about these? There you go. Why? That's. Other cons spent his dying moments struggling with no clue. You're willing to give up. Remember something fit. As if you give me a choice in the rolling over part. I think we still have some investigation to finish off here first. Oh, wait. Let's carry on and somebody see what we can our chance to slip in the door. Get in here. This situation doesn't look good for me. There's still some things I can do to help myself. And it will cost me to do everything I can to find the way out of this. I'll bring the real culprit to justice. It's not something wrong, not Hosan? No. It's just a criminal standing by the door. I thought I feel like I've seen him somewhere before. Oh yes, you're right. He does look familiar. Sir. Yes. What can I do for you? Holy sh! It's Hononaga. Hononaga. I recognize that face, but it can't be. Liz! I didn't know you were here, Inspector Hosonaga. Hello again. What are you doing here? I think that should be my line. I was stunned when I saw you. My heart stopped. Nearly stopped, I hoped. I received some special orders to go undercover as a member of the crew to board this ship. Again. You certainly seem to enjoy undercover work, Inspector. If there's anything I can do to help you, please ask. I never expected to see this man on board. Or perhaps you can help me out of this hopeless situation. Victor, can I show you this? What the? Is that the Imperial, you mean? See, pin badge? I'm not sure if it's really payable exactly, but... So, you're a genuine citizen then? Sorry? Nothing like me, just a regular schooling. You're something much greater. Is that what you were trying to say? Can I have my badge back, please? Ah, this is the paper seal that was stuck over the wardrobe door this morning, wasn't it? That's right. To try to stop the commissioner opening it and discovering me. Wouldn't it have been better to write it in English if you didn't know Russian? Maybe, but both the paper amulets, things like this, are just part of our culture, Inspector. And I thought I'd make it look creepy enough, people would be too scared to look on the inside. Isn't easy being a soy, is it? Have you seen this photograph yet, Inspector? Oh dear, are you right, Inspector? Yes, sorry. I'm fine. I shouldn't have me upset with coughing and sputtering. I'm usually very good at it. And trying to stifle my feelings seems to have stiffened my cough this time. It's also, son. Suki-san was such a promising young man. The Emperor has such high hopes for him. I have such high hopes for him, even though I'm just a detective. We're all going to miss you, Asuma. Can you shoot? Can you shoot this newspaper, Inspector? I'm sorry, but I can't read Russian very well. Oh no, that's alright. I know what it says. So you just wanted to point out your university level linguistic talents, is that? Sorry. Nothing like me with my regular sculling. You're something much greater. Is that what you're trying to say? Sorry. I mentioned it. Oh, same response. What's this? It's Cosmo's diary. Just before he died, Cosmo wrote something rather strange in his diary. Strange? In what way? He wrote, what looks like some kind of speckled bond is dangling from the ventilator grill. Speckled bond? That is strange. Yes, we're trying to work out what he meant by that. But what I would like to know is... Can you tell me, the ventilator, is it? You're very shrewd, Inspector. Ventilator clearly joins to the next door cabin. That's right. We can investigate in there. We might be able to work out what the speckled bond was. Alright then. I can't leave this cabin at the moment. I'm stuck here until we arrive at the next port. The cabin is given strict orders to guard the scene of the crime, you see. I have to entrust the investigation to you. Really? Well, no, do that? Yes, as long as you don't leave the first-class cabin area. I'm afraid I can't remove these handcuffs, though. But what about the captain? Aren't you going against his direct order? A man of my word. And I promise you that I'll lay my life on the line if that's what it takes to convince the captain. After all, I failed to keep safe. This is the least I can do. Let's see some more then. That was that. We can. So what's your special orders this time, Inspector? Yes, and why are you dressed up as a member of the crew? I'm so sorry. This is all my fault. I take full responsibility. For what? My orders were to act as Suki-san's bodyguard. It was the Minister of Justice, Jinkoku, who pushed for this overseas study to her to go ahead. And he entrusted me with ensuring that Suki-san reached Great Britain without being assassinated. Assassinated? Hi! How can that even be a possibility? I'm not sure. But these are complicated times. There are tensions between the world's greatest powers. Minister who said we should prepare for all eventualities. This is incredible. Cosmo-san was assassinated? Obviously, we can give Suki-san a physical security escort. Which is why I'm on the crew tonight, posing as one of the crew. I see. Sorry. I didn't take my eyes open the entire time you were on board. From morning to night, every day. But I never imagined it would happen here, inside his own cabin. Not here on the first class deck. Failed virtually at my assignment. And Suki-san's dead as a result. I'm a disgrace. All I can do is humbly apologize. Inspector. So there's anything at all I can do to help now? Just say the word. I can't leave this cabin at the moment. I'm stuck here until we arrive in the next port. The captain's giving me strict orders to guard the scene of the crime, you see. I have to entrust the investigation to you. Really? You're willing to do that? Yes, as long as you don't leave the first class cabin area. I'm afraid I can't remove these handcuffs though. But what about the captain? Aren't you going against his direct orders? I'm a man of my word. And I promise you that I will lay my life on the line if it's what it takes to convince the captain. But all. I failed to keep a Soki sound. Let's see if. So this leads like that. Okay. See, so they're not host. Okay. We've seen that. Gorgeous. Oh yeah, need that. So a cabin on the SS Bur. On the scene of the crime, Kasumi was occupying this cabin, and the voice of Britain, along with me, as a stowaway. I was looking forward. First and foremost, we must get out of this cabin. On the passage that connects the first class cabin on the SS Bur. Why is there a mush up on the floor? Also, 9th of January, 7:48 a.m. SS Bur, first class cabin passageway. I'm the other that cabin. I have to admit, this is quite what I was expecting. It's less space out here than I thought it'd be. And this is the most luxurious accommodation. Yes, indeed. Kazama was being sent on the study tour by the government. That's why he was put in the first class cabin. And still, it's about twice as large as my accommodation in series. Really, that must be awful. Look over there. That's another crewman keeping watch. He looks enormous, even if he's sitting down. Go next to him leads to the second class accommodation. I suppose making sure no one comes in here who shouldn't. Suppose, like people in handcuffs. Oh, Hiro-san. It looks like you're the little boy. You look like a little boy visiting a toy store for the first time. I would have thought you'd been used to my ships by now. We've been at sea for 2 weeks already. Well, yes, you know. The thing is, I was inside Cosmo's trunk when I first came aboard. Since then, I've been shut up inside in that little wardrobe. Must have been a very trying time for you. Please, don't give me that pity look. This is the command of this Bura. It shows the entire deck. Look. Bura is a large-scale steamship with triple skin and hull. What a marvel of engineering. Well, I was playing my mind for a while now, actually, but how can such a huge lump of melt and sink to the bottom of the ocean? Oh, that's really quite simple now, Hiro-san. It is? Well, considering the Japanese archipelago, the islands of Japan, yes, they are not metal, but they are enormous lumps of earth, many, many times larger than the ship. And they do not sink, do they? They've been floating happily in the sea since the gods created them. Well, I suppose so. That's a huge book on top of the table there. And a pen next to it. Yes, that looks like the ship's log. Oh, look at it though. The writing is so neat and precise. Every detail about the voyage has been meticulously recorded. You wouldn't inspect the rough and ready seal, or to have such beautiful handwriting. Nothing. No reaction at all. I thought I might appreciate the compliment. I'm not sure rough and ready is such a compliment, Hiro-san, even to a sailor. Anyway, last night though I was mostly blank. It really means that there was nothing to report. Excuse me, but can I ask you something? You? You little stowaway murderer? That wasn't a good start, was it? Alright, let me try instead. Dear Mr. Sailor, I'm so sorry for you. Could I perhaps ask you something of you? You love fur cloths. What do you mean? Ouch! Oh. You caught the sailor on a bad day. So it's not. Not sailor. My mother gave me name. I'm the senior crewman. Biff Stromkov. I got that wrong. Best thing, just the avoid icon. I think. Alright. Mr. Stroganoff. About the first class captain area. Here with the finest part of the Burroughs steamship. 4 very important persons. Which are important, very important persons. Governors, officials, kings and queens, traveling in secret. Many important. This is why I'm always guarding this place. Gosh, that's amazing. Somehow I let stupid stowaway inside. I'm gonna pick you up and throw you into the ocean. But Stroganoff is no animal. Not animal. Thank you. If I may, I was wondering, is the cabin next to us, he's currently occupied? I don't understand. Do you understand that? Something like that? I think it's probably a version for yes or no. Genius. It is not permitted to visit other cabins with invitation. Well, it sounds like there's somebody in the next door cabin at least. Yes, it's tantalizing. Okay. Can you tell me who's traveling in the cabin next door to Mrs. So, his name is Mr. Grimsley Roylott. He's a very important Western general. Oh, Western gentleman. Do not think about it. He has nothing to do with the murder of the student boy. You'd be so sure about that. Mr. Roulette is authentic Western gentleman. Such a man with no interest in a lowly student from insignificant Far East land. That was harsh. Did you tell us when Mr. Roulette came aboard? That's none of your business. Let me think about it. Not even we've been in the sea for 2 weeks now, and I've been in cosmic student in 10 time. Never once heard anything in the next door's cabin. Or even felt like anyone's there. Fortunately, since the gentleman is occupying one of the first class cabins, it must be rather important, isn't that right? That is not your business. Are you watch all this time here? See Mr. Stroganoff? All the time. It's almost like you cannot come in or get out. I wonder. Did you tell us anything about last night at all? You just sad about student boy. Were you on watch last night as well? Of course. And did you notice anything at the time? Anything unusual? Hey! Do you understand that? It was clearly no. I saw nothing unusual, nothing at all. I didn't hear any strange noises or sense anything wrong in some way. I said, no! Sorry. I'm not so sure. I could have sworn that he wouldn't catch my... I could have sworn that he wouldn't catch my eye first moment there. This is enough. I cannot say more. Nah. Oh. It's time for me to report to the captain. You must return to the cabin. Yes, alright. Bulkhead to second class. This area is staying locked up at all times. You skip when the lobster whistles on top of the mountain, or as things say, when the pigs fly. Yes, I understand. Good. Now we're gonna investigate this area properly, shall we? Definitely. A traveler catching mice. Yes, we're planning this back home in Japan. Although they seem to be using a lump of chalk or something as bait. Let me see. Yes. I think that's what it is called, cheese. It is made from the milk of cows. Cheese. I wonder what it tastes like. You can't eat it now, Rosan. The trouble's not. Shut your fingers. Really? But, I suppose you're right. You weren't actually gonna try, were you? All I had to do to eat the past couple weeks was customers leftovers. No, how hungry I've been in that wardrobe. Or you. I'll find a little snack for you later. What do you think of this? It's very lazy shape, isn't it? That's an emergency alarm. It's probably best not to touch it. Oh, an alarm? It says, press only in times of emergencies. Also, the alarm bell is set to ring all over the ship. And it brings the to a complete stop. Oh. What are you doing? You mustn't touch it. But this is an emergency situation. Look at these handcuffs! You know full well that's not what the alarm is for. If you bring the vessel to standstill with no good reason, you'll be in an even worse situation. I wish everything would stop. The ship included. You have to do something foolish. I'll make it doesn't affect everyone. This is it. It's the cabin next to ours. The one the ventilator connects to. Yes, the ventilator which Cosmos wrote. And he saw a spectral band emerge. Maybe whoever's in the cabin saw. Wasn't Home Jones there? Who answered? We're out of luck, it seems. There's no one there to help. Very annoying. Oh! What's that? It came from inside the cabin. The high-pitched scream. It was about a woman. Down his eye. Holy sh! Yeah, when did he come up? He just slid in there. I'm about to break this door down. Mr. Sholmes. I shan't be stopped. When the fit is on me, I revel in kicking doors off their hinges. I don't think that's something to be proud of. Please, wait, Mr. Sholmes. The door doesn't appear to be bolted. It doesn't? Then how do I do something like this? Then how the deuce can I dispatch this muscle? Your urge. What, pray? Can I kick? I think we should go in. There's no time to think of a stress release. 9th of January, SS first class cabin. Number 2. He's got scissors! Who are you? A Western gentleman? It sounded like searching to me. We heard a woman scream. A woman? Don't be a sir. As you see, there's no one but me in this cabin. True, this woman does appear to be the only person here. But if in that case, who just screamed? Not all of you. No. Please excuse your interruption, but you're Miss Grimsey Roylette, I believe. Yes, that's me. You are? Oh, I missed this pun. And running along with the actual Sherlock Holmes. You've heard of me, no doubt? No. My great detective. I'm the great detective among great detectives, one who's adored and covered popular magazines, nonetheless. Now, I assure you, you may trust me completely. This man uses magazines like a business card. Detective? I do not trust detectives. We distinctly heard a scream emanating from within these walls. But wouldn't there appear to be a lady concealing herself within the wardrobe this whole time? Or might I be supposed to ask to open that small traveling case? Don't be stupid. How can I fit a small trunk like that? Well, it's quite fascinating these days, is it not? Traveling inside one's truck. Don't look at me! My, did you see that, Mr. Naharu? Yes, the case just shook. Leave now. Alright, I'll call it shirt. This is Cosmo's neighbor. It's Grimsy Red. I haven't... There's no doubt about it. This strange Russian man is hiding something. In the agreement. Let's see if we can find some more clues that brought us up. And I think we shall wrap things up. Actually, we got a good bit into the adventures of the ubiquitous Speckle Pond. But now we'll continue this later. So anyway, thanks for I'll wrap things up here. Thanks for tuning in. Hope it's like a day. Hope it's like a week. We'll be back on this Monday as our journey through the trials continues, and we'll see how things go. Until then, I'll see you all next time. Bye.